David's out here doing his job, right? He gets a tear in his suit. He says, hey, I got a suit breach. So my emergency decon folks, right? Can I do emergency decon right here? I can turn around and emergency decon him right here. Hey? Or I can just come around here. Alright? Get man emergency decon. Alright, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna grab a chair. Hand me that chair, would you? I'm gonna take his pack off, but he stays on air. This is not the same thing as this. This is a different stage, right? So, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check his air and make sure he's good. We'll take his pack off, he's gonna stay on air the whole time. Tell him to hold this. Hey, then I'm gonna get my trusty scissors out. Emergency decon. Hey. I go all the way down and I cut his boot. I'm not going to cut my boots because they're expensive. But essentially you would cut all the way through the boot on both sides. So all he has to do is step back, everything falls forward. Okay? So I got them cut open, right? You see how fast that was? Then I roll this thing. Okay, take your hand out. I just roll everything down, keeping this suit away from him as much as possible. Hand out. Okay. I roll it down. Now he would be able to just step forward, right? Because I cut through the boot. But for this case, easiest way to do that, spread your feet, hold it down there, and he can step right out.
Is that why you were 2 sizes big?
That's
so
it.
Easy,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, now this goes in the overpack. So what I do now is I flush them with 30 seconds of copious amounts of water. Hey, I flush them. Flush the pack, flush the mask, I flush everything. 30 seconds. Then I take my scissors. Easy with the sister. I take my scissors and I cut through all of his clothes the same way. By removing that right there and removing this, I've just removed 80% of the contaminants. Then after I cut his clothes off, I flush them again the second time with 30 seconds. Right? I direct him to go to a clean area. At this point, he is cleaner than I am. Right? Go ahead and still breathing air, go ahead and just rip your whole mask off. Hand that to me. Now you tell him to remove his glove. And then what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to dress him because he's naked. Hey? So I'm going to have to give him another, yeah, see, it's a little hot. I'm going to have to redress him and then send him to medical because he has an emergency of some sort. You're going to have to alert the hospital, alert the EMS people that David has been involved in a hazmat situation. He's been on a hazmat call, so there's a possible chance for a secondary contamination for the EMS and for the hospital where you're taking them. They're not going to be happy unless you tell him that. Because now if you don't tell them and they're not prepared, when you get to the hospital, all the nurses, the doctor, all the people in that hospital are going to have to be deconned as well. So you might want to say we need somewhere where we can isolate him so nobody else gets secondary contaminated with the hazmat. Should there be that much on him? No, not really. It should be minimal at best. Make sense? Emergency decon.
What about you doing the decon?
He's already in level B, right?
Now, decon personnel. Ooh, oh, almost made it. Decon personnel, right? I'm in the same respiratory protection as my entry team. So if he was in level A, what could I be in? What level? Level B.
Same respiratory protection.
Level B is the same respiratory protection as level A, right? I still got an SCBA. But that's it. I can't be in a level C here if he's in a level B because from B to C I lose respiratory protection, right? Same respiratory protection here. So let's say TJ was my gross deconner. He was the initial phase, right? You can go put your boots back on, brother, unless you're letting the heat get away from your seat, right? So I was here, right? I'm secondary. He's gross. Who's dirtier, me or him?
Gross.
Him. So he steps into my decon pool. I flush him and decon him. Okay, then he steps here. And then this guy removes his clothes and his air pack. Okay? This guy decons himself, so he should be really clean. That's the cold zone, right? So I'll step into this decon pool. I might just wash my hands and do a little spray on me, you know, wash me off. I shouldn't be dirty. This guy should be clean. The only dirty person should be that first guy. Okay? That's why we do different stages. Okay? This is why I call this my spot-free rinse. The car is already clean when it gets here. You're just getting off maybe the little bitty spots that you missed. Okay? So it looks nice and fresh and clean. Okay? And then I step here. We usually leave this decon. Now, who are we leaving this decon for? We leave it set up. We're done. Okay? Our initial response, the emergency, has went from emergency to non-emergency. So we're going to transfer the command to somebody else, the contractors, that hazmat team that you turn it over for. I'm going to leave this decon for them. Does that make sense? After they're done, the remediation team that you call to clean the hazmat spill up, they're the ones, they have to decon themselves as well. They'll bring back trucks, they'll bring other equipment. We have backpacks that are wet vacs. We suck it up out of the pool, and then I take that container that's in that wet vac and I put that in the overpack and ship it off. They take it with them when they clean this stuff up. All right, they'll break it down. What about all my equipment? That's why we use kiddie pools. We'll throw those things away. Okay? I can rebuy a kiddie pool. I can rebuy a tarp.
About that SCBA?
SCBA, I'm going to flush that, and they're going to take that in a separate overpack, and they're going to clean your SCBAs and then give them back to you.